I think when most people take a break on social media, that they are not posting to their feed, they're not posting to their stories, nada. You just don't see anything from them. And for me, as a social media strategist, I've still have been able to take a break on social media, even though I still show up. And so when I take a break, lately, what I've been doing is I don't really focus on the feed because sometimes when we are trying to put posts up, they're still kind of curated because we know that they're going to last more than 24 hours, but they still are from me. They're still creative. But I think sometimes there's more pressure to show up on the feed in a powerful way.
You're listening to the Warrior Rulebook podcast with me, Monique Harmon. I love helping people express themselves, protect their peace, and be confident in being them. You may also know me as Pretty Nikki, who started her online journey as a modest fashion blogger. Now I'm an entrepreneur. You'll see through my experiences and the experiences of others that change is possible, improvement is tasty, and meaningful connection is transformational. Come on, share your story with me.
When I post to Instagram stories, that's a lot less pressure because I know it's going to expire in 24 hours and it's not something that I really have to think about wholeheartedly. There is still a strategy to be aware of when it does come to Instagram stories, but for the most part, if I'm not posting about my business, like if I'm taking a break from doing that, then I can just post things that encourage me, things that may encourage my audience, or things that I may like and just want to share with my audience. So that's really where I use Instagram stories. Of course, if I am selling something, I do use Instagram stories as well. But I also think it's important to create my audience's experience in learning about different things or seeing different things that I wouldn't normally put on the feed. So that's how I have been able to feel relieved during this time. And I've noticed that I've gotten up to about a month of not posting on the feed, but still showing up in stories and sharing encouraging quotes because they're easy things that you can share. But I do want people to know that if you are taking a break from posting to your feed, make sure that you have adequate content that is relevant, that is timeless, that people that are following you can still get value from your feed. Like if you're posting a bunch of generic things, then this doesn't apply to you. This whole episode doesn't apply to you because this is more so for people that have a business or they're promoting something. You want what you're posting to make sense. So that way, when people are constantly following, because that's something that I had noticed is that when I take a break, I'm still gaining new followers. And so that means my content is getting out there because people are either seeing me in their algorithm or maybe somebody shared my post with their audience and someone in that audience decided to follow me. But I've noticed my followers have been increasing. Of course, as it goes, you lose some followers with followers that you gain. And that's okay because you're going to gain more followers. That's going to be something that happens. Even when you get a lot of followers, you're going to lose a lot of followers. You're going to gain a lot of followers. So don't pay attention so much to the number because it's not something that is an end all be all, right? Some things that you can do to make sure that your profile is as engaging as it can be is to utilize your bio on the different platforms. So, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, if you have a space to put a clickable link, you want to make sure that you have a link that is going to take someone to a resource that they may want to download or they want to get access to. So, for example, if you are in the meditation niche and you have who you are, whether that's a meditation coach or a coach for wellness, and you're making sure that you're specific as possible because that's what niching is. And you say that this meditation technique allows you to save 3 hours in your day. And then you would just put the link below to that exact resource. Make sure the link works, test it, make sure the funnel works. When someone puts their name and email, do they get that download instantly? Does it instantly take them to a website? Make sure you test all of this out in advance so you have something that's up there. Some people like to do 5 links as well, like to different resources. So that is an option as well. So that way you're kind of putting your audience down a rabbit hole where they can learn from you even when you're not on the platform. Another thing that you can do is also making sure that you have reels that basically say who you are. There is a pin feature. This is also a feature on TikTok where you can pin up to 3 videos that one might be who you are, what you do, how you help these sorts of people, and what type of people you help. And then another video may be your most high ranking video and what the topic was. And then you might have another video that might be really good that you choose. And so you can have those videos pinned and then, of course, have your content throughout your page. If you're enjoying this episode, I have a treat for you. That's right. I don't like to leave my listeners hanging. You may be listening to this, feel encouraged, and set out to start posting on social media after your social media detox is over. But before you get the chance to, you have to meet with the client or do work for that client or be a vendor at an event. Or maybe it's fear that's holding you back. You don't want to say the wrong thing. And quite frankly, you may not even know where to start when it comes to demonstrating your expertise online. Well, here's what I want you to do. Head to bit.ly/warriors promote to get my ABC guide to promoting yourself and your business on social media. You don't need to be in the dark any longer to how this social media thing works. Your customers already know that you're the real deal. Now it's time for more of the world to see and experience your gift. Head to bit.ly/warriors promote to download my free guide today. And another thing, if you want to take a complete break from social media, like I described at the beginning of this episode, where you're not posting at all, you're not posting stories, you're not posting on the feed, nothing, then you want to have a social media manager or someone, like a social media strategist, someone that is going to be able to post for you while you are not on the platform. And you have to be able to communicate to your team member how long you plan to take a break from creating the content. That has to be a conversation that you have with your social media manager, social media strategist, because there are some people that they post and they still have a team member that posts for them different things that might have to do with their business and they might focus on the personal things, or maybe they have someone that is posting everything for them. So that's a conversation that you want to have, you want to communicate, and you want to be clear on that as well. And also, if the social media manager or social media strategist is asking for videos, they're asking for photos, content, just give it to them in a timely manner. So that way they can create the content and they can post it, because you don't want anything to delay you getting sales or getting good engagement while you're off the platform. So you want to have them post in your absence, but making sure that they have adequate things so they're not trying to create things out of thin air. Content that is going to work really well next year is going to be content that looks like it comes from you, content that shows you using your service, using your product, how you're helping other people, how you engage with other people. That type of content is going to work next year. And so you want to make sure that your pages are prepared for that while you take your break. And so that way, when you come back, then you may notice that you have built more trust with your audience, that they are excited to see what you have coming up for next year, and they want to converse with you. They want to know more about your business. They want to learn your story and tell you how much you have impacted them. And you were able to do that without you being logged into the Instagram app or the Facebook app, etc. Those are a couple ways that you can still take a break, but still have a highly engaged audience. So you can either A, get sales or build up that trust, that communication, that relationship with your audience when down the line they'll be able to want to purchase from you. See you in a new episode, Lord willing. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Warrior Rulebook podcast. If you like what you heard, share it with a friend and join me over at the Warrior Rulebook Podcast Insider group on Facebook. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more tips on how to be resilient in this world.